So we're anchored in front of Green Turtle Cay, and we're going to have to move. And that's something about the Bahamas, is you have to move a lot because the winds change, and when the winds change, you don't necessarily have protection from the direction that the wind's coming from. So the wind is now going to come from the northeast, which is right there, and as you see, there's no protection over there. So we're heading about 3 nautical miles up to Manjack Cay, where it has perfect protection from the northeast. So it's going to be a great location for us for several days.
You're up.
So we only have a few short nautical miles between Green Turtle and Manjack. It's really not worthwhile taking the main out. You have to unzipper the sail bag, get the main all the way up past the jack lines, then drop it and reseal it up. It takes a lot of time and effort. So what we're going to do is, like we always do with those short type of jaunts, is we're just going to throw out the head sail and be able to go fairly quick. Like right now, we're in 14 knots of wind at our beam, and we just have the head sail up and we're going 6 knots. If we had the main up and the head sail, we may be going 7.5 knots. It's not worth the effort to deploy the main. Just stay with the head sail.
Sailing with just the head sail means that we can quickly drop our sail before anchoring. After furling in the head sail, we find a spot in this busy anchorage.
We are going to attempt to use tow lines with our paddle boards and put them behind the dinghy, and that should hopefully allow us to have room in the dinghy, because putting them both in the dinghy and us at the same time is more of just a humorous adventure than a real adventure. We noticed that these have little eyelets on the front, so we can put the tow lines on the front of these and tie them to the back of our dinghy and tow them the approximately mile or so we have to go in our dinghy to the mangroves.
After Jim secures the tow lines to the paddleboards, we motor about a mile into the mangroves, which are only accessible at high tide.
I think this is a much better way to tow the paddleboards. Water is so clear. I think you found a narrow spot. Are you gonna get under those leaves? Just gonna push through? I'm gonna sit on my board for that. Much easier. What would be funny is if I fell in it, that's how much easier it was.
We found this friendly and hungry pig on Crab Cay yesterday.
Better keep your hands in there. Is that the swimming you wanted?
I haven't seen any swimming pigs. This is the first one I've seen swimming. I almost wish we had something for him. Pig attacks dog.
Doesn't leap up and grab you.
Ooh.
Tricolor pig.
It's very pretty. I can imagine there's a whole lot of food on this island. If he lives off of the kindness of strangers.
What's on his nose?
Sand. Feed the pigs at 2 p.m. is what it says. He's disgusted. He's not believing you at all. He doesn't believe that we're going to give him anything. He's tormenting him. Ooh.
With a greeting like that, how could we resist returning, this time with food?
She's like, get closer. She probably knows that we tried to fool her before. She didn't actually offer up any food. Get it?
I think she liked it. Just going for the next one.
Let me
out. She seems annoyed. It's a lot of work for pieces of zucchini.
I think my aim's getting better.
The pig and I both appreciate that.
Get it?
Yeah.
Get it? The last one. Bye, piggy.
Our next stops are to check out the 2 sunken barges that we saw earlier in the day when we were checking out the area with our drone.
Please look for turtles.
I am looking for turtles.
I see 2 blue fish, that's good. Now there's another one to go look at, so let's go to the next one.
When dinghying between the 2 barges, we saw several turtles, and they were quite hard to capture shots of. These wild turtles move very swiftly when they see your shadow, so we had to go through quite a bit of footage before we found some good shots of these turtles. We'd considered snorkeling these barges, but up close the water seemed too shallow.
This one looks a lot more interesting to snorkel.
And yet it's only 2 feet deep.
Okay.
Our next stop was to this cute tiki hut, which had swings, and I can never resist a swing.
This is super cute.
Super cute.
So Tiki hut. I can now take photos of myself on the swing.
Though it was a little hard to get that voice activation working with the crashing of the waves.
Oh!
Gotcha.
Wait a minute, tip over.
That's why I'm holding it, so you don't.
How do you know it's good?
I can hear it,
How do you hear the water?
and it was on top of a bunch of fronds.
How many coconuts do you have there?
For the counting challenge, there are 3.
This was our first time dehusking coconuts. Fortunately, the owners of the nearby house were kind enough to leave out an anvil and a machete, because even with these tools, it was a lot of work.
And there's liquid in it.
There's the nut who's trying to crack the nut.
Uh-oh.
Ready? Alright. That didn't work well. Nice, durable coconut. That's a good idea. Stability. Oh, there we go. We got it. Perfect. Oh, wow. That looks like a nice one.
Oh, it's fine.
That's a lot of coconuts you've been working on all day. You're going to get this one off in one piece. I have a feeling. Wow. Not bad. Not bad for just learning how to do that today. Very nice.
So after Jim removed all those coconuts from the husks, which took quite a bit of time, I was in charge of removing the meat from the coconut nuts themselves, which also took up quite a bit of time because you had to remove all those brown outer shell from the actual meat itself. After I removed the meat, I processed it in a food processor, so it was nice shredded bits of coconut. So what is my favorite use of all that coconut that we came up with? My favorite use is to make coconut bread. And after tweaking a few recipes for coconut bread, I found one that worked wonderfully in the slow cooker. The slow cooker, why do I use a slow cooker? Well, I like to use a slow cooker because it uses electricity off of our solar panels. So therefore we don't have to use the oven, which uses propane. So how much coconut does this recipe call for? It calls for 1.5 cups, which is this, of coconut, which is a lot of coconut. I'm going to show you what it looks like in the slow cooker, and I'm also going to show you what it looks like after we get it out of the slow cooker. And here's what the dough looks like in the slow cooker.
And I've used parchment paper for easy cleanup, but as you can see, there is tons of coconut in there. Look at all that coconut. Oh, that just looks delicious. All right, I'm gonna put the lid on, turn it on, and then about 2.5 hours later, it's gonna be ready to go. So let's take a look at what that coconut bread looks like after cooking in the slow cooker for 2 hours and 15 minutes. And that looks absolutely delicious. So I can't wait to have some. Our last stop is the art trail, which is just a short beach walk from the Tiki hut. The art trail, we found the art trail, yay! Not just an art trail, but an art magic art trail.
All right, art magic is this way, sweetie.
All right, you ready?
Ready.
What'd you find?
Well, that's quite artistic.
What's that?
Fishing for plastic.
Fishing for plastic. It's gorgeous with the waves in the back.
Peg leg Santa Claus.
Oh, oh.
Cool shades.
Such a beautiful place for a trail, isn't it? Right next to the water's edge. Hop a mile in my shoe. I like the butterfly wheel. That's really pretty. You had me at Manjack. Oh, the places you'll go. Dr. Seuss. I got the eyeballs in now.
I got the eyeballs on the art trail.
Perfect.
Everybody's had enough running around that we're actually ready to sit for a minute. Watch this. Okay. Bye.
The art trail is appreciated both ways.
What do you think of the robot?
The bazooka.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. I know, Anubis.
The dogs are wondering if there's going to be a treat that pops out of it. Then it'll make it worthwhile. If not, not so worthwhile.
How happy are you? Show me, Anubis. Show the camera how happy you are. We're at 3/4 long tongue. You're almost there. You just need to run a little longer and you'll be happy.
You can always tell their happiness level by their tongues,
Okay.
how far the tongues are out. This is one of the beautiful vistas from the art trail. Have we had enough art on the art trail?
Well, the rest of the area is chicken prone, so we have to be on leash.
Yes.
So, I think it's either we redo the art trail one more time or we say, let's go rest.
So we head back to LabMariner so Jim can get some rest before our next adventure. Join us next week when we head to the northern tip of Manjack Cay, where we paddleboard with sharks and rays, and then on to Powell Cay, where we hike the trails and hunt for lobster.